Josh and Kwab, your go-to NBA podcast. Subscribe on Apple, follow on Spotify, and be sure to hit up the YouTube channel for video content. And now your hosts, Josh and Kwab.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Time After Dark. It's really late. We're both exhausted. We're rethinking our plans to late night stream. There's nowhere else we gotta be than here with you. Mom, how are you?
I'm tired. You just start speaking louder or turn up your mic a little bit. I know you want to get it all sexy because it's Time After Dark.
Yeah.
But
okay, how's that?
Yeah. Okay. That's the.
It's also like
okay.
really late out, dude. I'm trying to
cut the low tones out, brother.
Yeah. Okay. Dia says, I feel like I walked into something I'm not supposed to witness. No, this is exactly where you're supposed to be.
This is what college was like for us, basically. This is regular.
Exactly what that was. Yeah. So welcome to Dime After Dark. The Nuggets just beat the Sacramento Kings. That was a late game.
Yes.
These late games, man, 11 o'clock at night, Eastern time is absurd. And this is our third Dime After Dark. And I think this is the first time me and Kwab are like, okay, we're really feeling it right now.
Long day, already a long day, and I'm just
So before we get started on other things, obviously I want to recap Nuggets Kings because it was a late game. We do go live after the late games. That's the game that everyone stayed up for if you're still up watching basketball. Nuggets look like the Nuggets. The Sacramento Kings, man, I don't know what's going on in Sacramento. They had one really good year. Took the Warriors 7 games, lost that series, and it's just been all downhill from there. And it makes me sad because Sacramento is such a great basketball city when the Kings are good, and they deserve better basketball there, but they just need to blow that whole thing up. To me, watching that game, it just made me, especially coming off the Warriors Thunder game, which we recapped, and we'll get into that in a second, because to me, that says a lot about the Western Conference. I think it's Nuggets and the Thunder, man. Like right now in my head, it's Nuggets Thunder. It's Nuggets Thunder in the Western Conference.
You think that's it for? I don't know, man. I just think there's still like all these other teams that we've watched that it could be anybody. Like Rockets, Spurs, all these. You never know. It's not Sacramento right now.
I think the Rockets have an outside chance if they make a move at the deadline. The Warriors, and again, we'll get that into a second. The Warriors, to me, man, I was so high on going into this season. I had high expectations. It's so early. It's so early. They were on a road trip. Steph was out 3 games. He just returned today. Jimmy was out a game. So it's not like these teams are full-fledged and like the wheels are turning. It's very early into the season. But we'll get into that in a second. Dia says the place. No, not yet, Dia. Be like a top 4 seed in February. We'll talk about them.
We'll talk when Scoot comes back.
Any faith in the Lakers? Not as much as I think the national media has with the Lakers. I'm not a Laker hater by any means. They're just older. They're slower. And with the Thunder, for me, it feels like you have to have some sort of speed on the perimeter to beat them, especially with those guards. You have AJ Mitchell, who's back now, Shea, J-Dub, Kaysen, Wiggins. It's just so much that you have to just like cover on both ends of the floor, right? Like you have to beat them.
Joe.
Yeah, it's just too much.
It's just too much.
Just too much.
And when we're right now with the Lakers, we're all waiting for the 40-year-old superstar to come back to see what they look like. But that's
40-year-old superstar sounds like mid-2000s rom-com.
Yeah, 40-year-old sciatica superstar returns for.
All right,
we're just waiting to see what that looks like. So
yeah. Kwab, let's go around the league now. Games happen tonight. Raptors beat the Nets 119-109.
Let's go.
Anything to say about your New Jersey Nets? Your Brooklyn Nets. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Just because I still had that hat. I don't want to say
back
that.
there. Yeah, man, we're looking great. You know what I mean? Just pushing for that top 3 draft pick.
Okay.
And that's it. I have my if you want to know how I feel about the Nets, you can watch my recap or actually look up my tweets during the draft when Josh was
interviewing you.
Interviewing me during the draft, and it is what it is, man. I knew it was going to be a bad season. It is what it is, man. Just got to enjoy it.
Knicks beat the Grizzlies 133-120. This Knicks team is so different, man. I'm loving it, to be honest with you. It's a way more fast-paced, a more fun Knicks team, in my opinion. I love it. And we'll talk about the Knicks later. But they beat the Grizzlies 133-120 on their homestand. Haven't lost a game at home yet this season. Just playing good basketball at home. Got to do on the road, though. Sixers beat the Celtics 102-100. Thunder 126, Warriors 102 in an absolute beatdown. That score actually doesn't even do the beatdown justice in my mind. And in the game, no one cares about. The Jazz beat the Pacers 152.
Whoa.
Come on. There's like 3 wins between these teams. Let's not pretend that people. Both fan bases wanted to lose that game. If you're a Pacers fan, this is a gap year. You get a good draft pick. You move on next year. You're contenders again.
Look, man, Utah has won way more games than I expected right now. So I don't know if they already shut down Walker Kessler.
Yeah.
Laurie Marketing is next. That's what I'm gonna say. So that's about to happen. What's happened?
We'll see. All right. Let's get away from here. I want to talk Thunder Warriors.
Warriors.
The Warriors were in our power rankings. I forgot what they were our first week of the power rankings, but they ended up being, I think, 8 last week. And a lot of it was we ignored the records of other teams and we put the Warriors there anyway because we had so much faith in the Warriors. Now, again, the Thunder are far and away the best team in the Western Conference, the best team in the league.
Yeah.
And going into this season, I'm like, well, people are sleeping on the Warriors because this was a team that was a Steph Curry hamstring away from making it to the Western Conference Finals. I don't think they would have beat the Thunder in the Western Conference Finals, but you never know, right? Like the Nuggets took the Thunder 7. Who knows? Maybe Steph Curry gets hot. Warriors win that series, take them 7-6, whatever it is, whatever it may be. So going into the season, the way that they finished the season last year with Jimmy Butler, I'm like, okay, well, this Warriors team, they look like they can compete with the Thunder. And then today happened.
After they had lost to the Pacers.
Yeah.
They ended up winning again, but today happened, and it was just like, what?
It's one of those things where it's like, LeBron says Thunder in 4.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'll go that far, but it's one of those things that, like, I've been saying this to start the whole year on the dime. Mm-hmm. You got to give it 10 games. You got to get 10, 15 games before you make judgments. Now the Warriors are 6-6. It's been 12 games.
Yep.
Again, they've lost on, with Curry out, Jimmy was out, whatever. I understand that. But today was a game in which I don't think you have to make a statement and win the game in OKC. But just the way they looked against the Thunder, man, they looked like they had no answers whatsoever. And for me, it's going to be interesting when we discuss our power rankings. We do our power rankings on Thursdays. It's going to be interesting when we talk about that because I don't know if I think this is the first time like my mind has been changed this season about a team, right? Like no matter what has happened, I've been like, okay, yeah, it's early. Oh, this team lost. Okay, yeah, it's early. Oh, this team won. Yeah, okay, but it's early. Yeah. I think this and maybe the Pistons, either this, but today was the first day I was like, oh, okay, the Warriors may not be who I thought they were. Yeah. They may not be a team that can contend from the West. Did today change your mind at all?
No, because I still have the mindset of like it's early and they can figure it out, whatever is going on right now. But what's concerning me is like after the game, what Draymond said and now what Jimmy Butler said.
Okay, right? What did they say?
Draymond said everyone has a personal agenda, but you have to make this personal agenda work in the team. And then Jimmy Butler says everybody has to be honest with themselves. Players need to sacrifice for the greater good of the team and show more fight. Now, when I first saw both of them, I was like, oh, are they talking about Kuminga?
It has to be.
I think it's Pods. That's what some of the people in the comments are saying.
Why Pod? Pods is like...
Pod said that when he played baseball, he could have been the white Shohei Ohtani.
He said that?
Yeah, he said, yeah, Potts is very confident in himself. And he also says he wants them to pass the torch to him. So I don't know if that's been... Because I can only go by what I see on, I guess, some of the Warriors Twitter, but some of the stuff I'm saying is that like it's been a case where both Jimmy and Draymond have told Kuminga to be more aggressive because when he's aggressive, they look better.
Yeah.
But then it's Pod. A lot of people are saying that Pods is kind of, I guess, doing too much. I don't know. Again, I'm not.
I don't know if it's Pods, man. To me, the thing
Mhm.
it reads Kuminga to me just because there's always been
Mhm.
some type of drama with Kuminga and him fitting in with the Warriors.
Yeah.
Now, to Kuminga's credit, to start the year, the games that I've watched, I thought he's been fantastic, and it seems like he's been buying in. And I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary today when it came to Kuminga. To be honest with you, I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary with anybody. I just thought they got their butts handed to them. Like, I just
Yeah.
thought it was a situation where the Thunder just whooped them. Like, I don't think it was anybody playing selfish. I don't think anyone did anything wrong. It was just, okay, like, we got it. We went into the defending champions building and they waxed us.
They
Like,
got cooked.
that's really all it is to me. Like, it didn't think anything else aside from that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Again, I don't know if I saw some people saying it's both Kuminga and Pods. Again, I'm not tapped into Warriors like that.
Yeah.
But for a team that has you have Steph Curry and to me, if you have Curry, you're gonna have a chance. Like, it is what it is. It comes down to that if they can figure out what exactly is ailing them right now, like in terms of one, getting healthy, but also everybody being on the same wavelength, the same track. Like, they still have pieces to be a very formidable team in the West. Like, that's not going to change. We saw how good they looked early on in the season.
Yeah.
And that's why we both were kind of like, oh, okay, well, the Warriors back, and then
Same thing happened last year though, and then they fell off a cliff until they got Jimmy. Double A 23 says Efree won't go on for much longer. Parentheses Warriors. Clarify what you mean by that, though.
Yeah. Like, elaborate. Elaborate on that, please.
Elaborate on what you mean. Yeah, man. I again, like, there is a contenders list. Like, we all have contenders lists about who can win the championship, who can't win the championship, right? And I feel like the Warriors were there for a lot of people, including myself. I don't know if they were there for you though, Kwab, but for me, in my head, I'm like, well, it's Steph Curry right now. I think he's still. Now he's in the back end of his prime, right? He might have like a year or two left in his prime, but I still think he's good enough to be the best player on a championship team. You bring in Jimmy Butler last year. Like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, this team can be contenders, and I think, and I'm going to apologize to Thunder fans here. I thought the Thunder were the best team coming into the league this year, but I thought it was by a very slim margin. SGA said this too. Like, he was kind of disappointed with their playoff run. He's like, we won the championship, but we didn't play our best ball. They went 7 against the Nuggets. They went 7 against the Pacers. You talk to Pacers fans, they'll tell you that Tyrese doesn't go down. That maybe the Pacers win the championship. So in my head, not that the Thunder weren't the best team going into the league, into the season. It was more just kind of like, they're the best by not that much. Watching this Thunder team this year, they are like head and shoulders above everybody else, and they're missing their second best player, and at times they're missing their second, third best players, and they're half of their guard rotation. Like, they are just kicking the crap out of teams, like just beating down teams night after night with no matter who's out there. Like, it's actually unbelievable to see the continuity, and this is so important too. They didn't lose anybody. They didn't obtain anybody, but they didn't lose anybody. Like, this team has been playing together, and they're young, and they're entering their prime. I think I've underestimated just how good this Thunder team is. I really did think that this Western Conference would be a little more open. I do think the Rockets, again, I said this before, the Rockets, when they got KD originally, before Van Vliet got hurt, I thought the Rockets could contend with them. I still think the Rockets can contend if they make the right trade, but I do think a trade is necessary for them to contend. And it's the Nuggets. Outside of that, I don't know who else that I could think of at the top of my head. The Lakers are old and slow to me. I don't know, man. I think they're way further ahead of the field than I originally thought.
I had my opinion of the Thunder was, because times we covered them last year, they would beat the crap out of teams too. Like, but then close games. Sometimes it get a little shaky, but they were still were able to pull out victories. But watching them this year, they've just been so dominant. And I mean, we talked about this before on previous episodes. I just think when young teams get the chance to really play in the playoffs and then get further along in the playoffs. You can't buy experience. You can't buy the confidence you get from having that experience, right? So you have this young team that we're able to win a championship. That also, they also feel like they didn't play their best. They've said it themselves.
Yeah.
Like they feel like they didn't play their best. Celebrated a little bit in the offseason, but you could tell they got right back. Like we want to show why we are number one, and getting contributions from players like Cade Mitchell. I keep talking about, but like your bench is it's if they're fully healthy, your bench is annoying. Like it annoys me that your bench is better than my team. Like it's
The
like
Thunder's second unit is better than the Nets.
Yes, like clearly,
But and like would be like double-digit favorites at home.
Like if I had money if I was going to place a bet, it was like, oh, the bench. I'm like, I'm taking their bench. I'm taking their bench. I was watching the game today when it was over, and then they threw in what's his face? I haven't seen in a while. Osman Jang, who was a lottery pick for them. I'm like, oh, they just have like a 6'10" Frenchman
just chilling on the bench.
Just chilling. He doesn't really get playing time, but like he's just there. Like they're stacked. The roster is just stacked. It feels unfair. I don't know. Again, it feels like they're just here and everybody's kind of playing catch up. But like we always talk about with the playoffs, it matchups matter. Like matchups matter. We don't know what it's going to look like if they run into the Nuggets again. You don't know what's going to happen. Let's say
that's true.
Nuggets run into
styles make fights.
Styles make fights. We don't know what it looks like if the Nuggets run into, let's say, the Spurs and and Victor is doing what Victor has been doing all year, or like the Rockets. Like styles make fights, so we don't know. But yeah, the Thunder look clear away like the number one team in the league for a reason.
AA23. I'm a Rockets fan. PTSD.
Understandable.
Sorry, man. I'm sorry. You guys had it, man. Your window was so open, bro. One of the best teams to never win a championship. How do you guys feel about us playing like this without J-Dub? How do you think we feel, bro?
Annoyed, bro.
Insane, man.
It's insane, man.
It's crazy.
Last year, Josh made the point, and the video you were like, people need to start or talk to there's big three. And people don't talk about your big three, and they have a legit big three. This year, they have a big 15 or.
And that's 17. What I'm saying. Like, it's interesting. The Thunder are an interesting team because they don't really like. You can say SGA, J-Dub, and Chet are a big three, but there's so much more than that. Like in the past, for instance, like the Miami Heat big three, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. It was just so obvious that like it was those three and then everybody else who could help out at any given time. You know what I mean? It's like if you got anything from anybody else, you're pretty satisfied with it. Any other big three that you can think of, like it was the same thing with the Thunder. Like it's legitimately like SGA does a lot of heavy lifting on the offense. So does J-Dub and Chet. But like at any given moment, you say this all the time, like AJ Mitchell could have 20, Isaiah Joe could have 20, and Aaron Wiggins could have 20. Like they're all like equal contributors, like to the point where it's like they're not even like role players sometimes. Sometimes they're stars in their own being. They're just an insanely deep and talented and well coached, and just the chemistry's off there. They're just a different team. It's so the big three, it's like the three don't even stand out enough from the bench and the rest of the starters. That's how good the rest of their team is.
I mean, last year it used to they would sit Shea to end like either the third or start the fourth, and the offense would run through Jalen Williams. It was just go, and Shea was comfortably just sitting until it was like, okay, getting close to the end of the fourth or whatever. Then he checked back in the game, and they did that in a lot of second halves, and it worked out for them.
Yeah,
and this man hasn't played a game yet. Like he's gonna come back shooting left-handed threes, and okay, that's good luck, guys.
Good luck. I feel like we can call the Lakers slow and old after we see how tomorrow goes, because I'm worried about them until we prove otherwise. Now, you're on a back-to-back. To me, that is something that, any teams on a back-to-back, it's like I won't say red flag, but it's almost kind of like I don't judge teams that lose on back-to-backs for the simple fact that I feel like back-to-backs are tough in the NBA, no matter who you're going against. So now I'm not saying that the Thunder lose, like it's an excuse that you can use, but it's also one of those things where it's like, you just be aware of it. Like it wouldn't surprise me if Chet sits tomorrow. Someone like Caruso maybe sits, something like that. You go shorthanded against, a Lakers team who was already shorthanded. It's like, how much can you really take from that? So yeah, it would be interesting though, because the Lakers did really score at will against the Thunder last year after the Luka trade. I did say last year, I was like, I think the Lakers could beat the Thunder, but the Warriors could beat the Lakers and the Rockets could beat it was like all these things, like just depending on the matchups, who got who. And I feel like the Thunder, did make out the best because they were the best team in the league. But also, I think they got friendlier matchups than other people got. Like I think the Rockets I think the Warriors were the worst team that the Rockets could have gotten, and so forth. And I think the Timberwolves were the worst team the Lakers could have gotten. It's just the way the ball bounced last year. Game Day says they could have 2 playoff teams. Yeah, seriously. If you put the second team in the Eastern Conference, I think they might be a 6 seed.
Easily.
Yeah.
Are we also, when we're talking about Western Conference teams, are we just not talking about the Timberwolves whatsoever? Like
the T-Wolves, man, I like the T-Wolves, but to me, they're like the beginning of the second tier. You know what I mean? I think that one year where the year before they made the big trade with Cat and Julius, I genuinely think they could have won the NBA championship that year. I'm not saying I think their window's closed. Yeah. But to me, that's been the peak so far of the window. Yeah. And to me, I don't think their peak is making it out of the Western Conference. I don't. No, I don't. I think they can make the conference finals again, depending on like matchups. I think that they, could surprise some people, but I don't think they can make it out the West. I can't see them winning 3 series. Any opinion on the Mavs? We're about to get into that right now.
Mad. Thank you.
Let's transition into that right now. The Mavs fire Nico Harrison, and let's just say this was a long time coming. No, he was hired in 2021. They made the Western Conference Finals, NBA Finals with him. Yes, he seriously traded Luka Doncic, which is something we can't believe. And he's been a dead man walking since that day, February 2nd, 2025. Let's just be honest. I'm surprised he didn't get fired sooner. Also weird that the owners like kind of okayed the deal and went along with it. It's just something to me that it's if you're going to trade Luka,
check.
You got to get more than 1 first-round pick. Like I understand you got Anthony Davis.
You got to get like at least Austin Reeves in that
something.
Like
just something else. Like I understand you got Anthony Davis back, but Anthony Davis has been injury prone. There's a lot of questions with Anthony Davis. How do you not get more draft compensation for arguably going to be a top 5 player of this whole generation? And to me, I know it sounds kind of trivial, but I feel like that was the nail in the coffin. Obviously, trading Luka's dumb, right? This guy meant everything to Dallas. This guy was the face of the franchise. Mavericks fans were torn when this went down. But if you got to return like 7 draft picks, which is not abnormal. We saw what Rudy Gobert went for. Like we saw what Mikal Bridges went for. Like if you got all these draft picks in return and compensation on top of having a team that, if healthy, could compete right now, you could sell that to Dallas fans. The problem is you got an injury-prone Anthony Davis and some like a few ancillary pieces that are not going to do anything for you. So it was trading Luka in my mind, and it was dumb to do so. But the return was just so like, are you working for the Lakers? It was bad, man. It was bad.
It was bad. It was one of those trades that I know me and you, we were like, what? And everybody was like, huh? This is not real. And it still doesn't feel real. When this news came along, like one of my group chats was just like, yep, but yeah, we waiting for this to happen. And it was like the point that was being made was they called Luka fat because he was out dealing with a lower leg injury.
Yeah.
The calf Achilles like injury. And that was like the whole thing. It's like, oh, he's hurt, he's out of shape. Anthony Davis has the same injury, and he looks out of shape. right now.
Yeah, I saw a picture of AD today where it's just like, oh my God, you gained like 20 pounds.
Like,
I don't know if it's the camera, but it's just like
it's the food in Dallas probably. I guess maybe that's what it is. I don't
but also
know.
like you also got to realize he's still freaking Luka. Like Luka's gonna give you buckets no matter how much he weighs. He's just like one of those dudes, you know.
I think I saw something else where a point was made that Nico Harrison, I guess the owners, who to me it just sounds like they really know basketball like that,
Yeah.
and they just wanted to own a team. Maybe I don't want to feel like I'm insulting somebody, but to just not understand like the implications of it is shocking.
Even from a monetary standpoint, right? Like this is their future
Yes.
franchise. This guy's bringing money into your arena every single night, ticket sales, merchandise, everything. Like you should know that.
Because he's not just a national superstar. He's an international superstar.
Right.
So
right.
his reach is that's a global reach. It's more than AD. Cool. Your mindset is like Nico Harrison tells you on this, and you have this belief that he can't make any mistakes. Because I think I saw in an article they were saying that after the Mavs made the finals, like Nico Harrison could do no wrong in their eyes because of the moves he made. Because I guess he brought in like PJ Washington and who was the other big? Gafford. I was about to say Derek Lively, but no, it's Gafford.
No, those moves changed the whole season for the Mavs. They went to the NBA Finals because of those moves, arguably.
But exactly, they went to them. So you're like, oh, Nico Harrison's a genius. He was able to do this. Saying that, it's like you're discounting the impact Luka had.
Yeah.
In that, the reason why those moves worked was because Luka had a lob like with Gafford and was making passes to PJ Washington in the corner like that. The reason why the Mavs beat the Thunder that year was because PJ Washington was going off because he was wide open, catching shoots from the corner 3-point line, which were created by Luka Doncic. So
it was almost like Nico brought into like the NBA Twitter narrative that like they lost that series because Luka was just awful on defense, which he was bad. But it's still like even if you buy into that, right? Like you realize that like, okay, this guy's a little overweight. He was terrible on defense during the finals, and we still got to the NBA Finals. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe he gets back into shape. Maybe there's so many other avenues that this could go. You don't have to trade the guy before, like right when he's getting into the prime of his prime. It was just a dumb move. And Yep Yoners right here. This is something that I hear a lot. It says this trade smells of collusion. Either the league made this happen or there was a lot of money paid under the table to Nico to make this trade. The trade makes absolutely no sense. And I'm not somebody who just in life, I am not a conspiracy theorist.
You're not
conspiracy.
You're not.
Yeah,
you're not.
But at the same time, I can't blame Yep Yoners here. If that's your name, that's a dope name, by the way. I can't blame him for for thinking this because that trade, it was literally that bad where it's like, how could you even again, he follows up. Can you imagine what Presti would have gotten traded away Luka? He would have got draft picks plus the first. Seriously, yes.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Yep, for yep. Yes.
Yep, Giannis.
Yes.
Yes.
You were 1,000%. Danny Ainge. Do you know what Danny Ainge would have gotten?
The team. Naming rights to the team. Like it would have
rights to the team, to the cable deal, whatever it had.
Yeah.
A new car.
Like, do you know how bad this trade would have looked for him if they didn't get a number 1 pick?
Yeah, no, it would have been awful.
Like
it's still awful with the number 1 pick. It's still awful.
That saved them a couple of months. Like that's all that did. That extended a couple of months.
Yeah.
And now you're like, oh well, they're like, oh well, the Luka trade brought them AD and Cooper Flag and Max Christie that everybody forgets he was in a trade too. But it's like, but you traded away Luka. Like you traded away somebody that people were like, that guy's untradeable unless he asks for a trade.
Now, also, Double A mentions this. This is even more egregious, Kwab. Even more egregious. Nico also traded Grimes for Caleb Martin. What are you thinking? What do you think?
Look, man, the Quentin Grimes.
What do you think?
Fan club that started by Josh.
I don't know if Double A knows this. Quentin Grimes was my favorite Nick, and he got traded. and I've been yelling into the void.
There's documented video, audio.
How much of a mistake that was.
Yeah, there's documented video, audio of how much Josh written this tweets of how much Josh loves Quentin Grimes. Like it's
a whole thing. I might have to put together a compilation. I'm right, by the way. I've been right. I have like saved screenshots of text messages like during the day because all Knick fans are hype because we got like Bogdanovich and Alec Burks. And everyone's like, yeah, and I'm like, this is awful. This is terrible. I'm like, what are we doing?
And I think I'm trying to remember what else was said in that article. Nico Harrison also at one point he put Drew Holiday on the same level as Jokic.
That's insane. But also, like, he made moves to bring him to the Western Conference Finals and to the NBA Finals. He got Kyrie. Like, he did good things.
He got gifted Kyrie.
Yeah. Okay. Still.
Yeah, but he got Kyrie. But that was like, I feel like I was like, yeah.
Still.
But you go to Western Conference Finals, you go to the finals, and then you make moves in the offseason. You get Klay Thompson. Like, yeah, let's bring a shooter in. All moves. You know what's great?
What?
Trade our superstar away. let's get rid of him.
All right, we're going to end this. Kwab, I wanted to talk to you about Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons. And if you're still watching, drop in the comment section your most surprising team or a team that has been surprising that you think is going to stick around, right? Not a team that's like 6-4 or 7-3 that you think is going to tank, but a team that's surprising and you think is going to stick around. I might owe Detroit Piston fans an apology. They were my pick to be the most underwhelming team in the Eastern Conference when we did our Eastern Conference preview. They're 8-2 right now. Cade Cunningham took 1,000,000 shots yesterday against the Washington Wizards to pull out an overtime victory. And there has been a narrative going on, I guess maybe a debate about, A, was it good that he took all those shots? And B, should Cade Cunningham move up in MVP rankings? I want to know your thoughts on Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons and where they're at right now. We haven't talked Pistons basketball since we recapped one of their videos last week.
Yeah, I mean, I've been pretty consistent with them. With my thinking of them, I thought that, again, the experience getting to play in the playoffs against and that tells them. Yes, they lost like important veterans and shooters, but you can't buy experience from a young team. And you clearly see how well and confident Cade has been playing. He should be in the MVP conversation. Yeah, he took 43 shots to get 42, whatever it was.
They were mostly good shots though. Like that was the crazy thing. It wasn't even like he was taking like fadeaways on like two people. Like they were mostly good. He just wasn't hitting stuff.
He just wasn't. And you know what? They won. That's the more important. Like it wasn't like he took those egregious number of shots and they lost. Like you said, they weren't like bad shots. He always looks in control. He plays his own pace.
Yeah.
I remember before when he was coming into the league, like his comparison was like, oh, he's a big point guard, like Luka-ish, not the type of passer, but Luka-ish in terms of being able to play his own pace, but he's also very athletic.
Yeah.
This team the Pistons team is the game just like not only has he taken a step, so has Jalen Duren. Like he's been playing out of his mind. Duncan Robinson has been shooting the heck out the ball for them, which again, you need floor spacers with the team. They've been playing well, and they're currently number 1 in the East. I don't think a lot of people had them that high.
Yeah, I didn't.
I didn't, but I still thought there would be a playoff team. Like not a play-in, but a playoff team, because I just think that they were gonna get better. Like the young players are gonna get better, and the experience was gonna help them. But that's my feelings on it. What are your thoughts on Cade and the Pistons right now?
I love Cade, man. I think Cade is. I think he's been one of the more underappreciated players in the league up until maybe late last year when people started realizing, oh crap, the Pistons are going to make the playoffs. And then as a Knicks fan, I watched the whole country root against us because the Pistons were like the darling of the NBA the Eastern Conference at least at the time. And Cade's this young, exciting player, and he gave us fits. And the Pistons, they went 6, and you could argue they could have won that series. If the ball bounces a few different ways, if there's a couple whistles. So for me, I have the respect for Cade For me, it wasn't so much Cade why I thought the Pistons would be underwhelming. It was more of the fact that they lost really important role players and veterans such as Schroeder and Tim Hardaway Jr. and Malik Beasley. What's going on? Like, these guys in a vacuum aren't like the best NBA basketball players, but as a collective for the Detroit Pistons last year, they meant a lot to the team.
Yeah.
And now you're kind of relying on new players and different players to step up. I didn't think they would be 8-2 off the gate. I didn't think they'd be one of the better teams in the East. Now, if you told me they'd be a 6 seed again, I'd believe you. But I didn't think they'd be this good, this fast. And I think a lot of it has to do with Cade Cunningham. Now, I do think he's an MVP candidate, but in the same way, I thought like Jalen Brunson was an MVP candidate last year, where it's kind of like he's in the conversation. It's like, oh, what about Jalen Brunson? Yeah, he deserves to be talked about. And like, that's it, right? Like, to me, that's where Cade is, because I still think you have Giannis, you have Luka. I'm missing someone SGA is another MVP candidate right now. So for me, I don't think he's in that echelon yet, but I do think he's arriving. If not, he's already arrived. And so, I need to see more from the Pistons. I don't believe they're on the level of the Cavs, a healthy Cavs team. I don't think they're on the level of a healthy Knicks team, but I do think in the playoffs, they could take them 6, they could take them 7. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility there.
I think they can beat the Knicks, and that's just the pure.
I mean, if you were someone from the future,
pure hater in me. Like,
yeah. I mean, listen, if you told me the Pistons beat the Knicks in the playoff series this year, it wouldn't like shock me to death. I wouldn't be like, "What? You got to be kidding me!" I'd be like, "Oh, really?" Like, that would be my reaction. Couple teams right here that are surprising that people believe in. LaRon says Trailblazers, even though their record's horrible. I did watch the Trailblazers Magic game yesterday. I like the Blazers, man. They're like Denny's been playing fantastic for them. I think they're a well-balanced team. They're running a lot more. They're a star away. Like, they're missing, even though Denny's been great.
Yeah.
It just feels like their talent is capped a little. Thiago Splitter hasn't playing good basketball right now. Considering what happened with Chauncey Billups and everything, they could have easily folded, but they're playing competitively. Defensively, they should be better than they are right now, but they're running more. So I guess it kind of like it balances itself out. But I do like Philly. I mean, I do like the Trailblazers. It wouldn't surprise me if they're going to play in and if they sneak in as a 7th or 8th seed. Dash says Philadelphia. Listen, Philly scares the crap out of me as a Knicks fan, because first of all, they're like an hour and a half away from New York. And anytime that New York plays Philly in any sport, there's always we can't lose it. Please, let's not lose to Philadelphia. And Kwab went to college near Philadelphia with a bunch of Eagles fans, a bunch of Sixers fans, a bunch of Phillies fans, and I hate losing to them. So there's always like that fear of that happening. I think a lot of people underrated them because of the season they had last year, forgetting the fact that this was a team that when they lost to 6 against the Knicks, it went 6 games, and they were only the 7 seed because of injuries. They would have been a 3 or 4 seed that year, maybe even a 2 seed that year if they stayed healthy. If Embiid's healthy, Paul George is coming back soon. I just saw Shams report on it. You have Grimes, you have VJ. Like, they're a very deep team. If that clicks, I think Philadelphia is a dark horse contender in the Eastern Conference for sure. So I agree with that, Dash. Yeah. Double A says, I would have had the Suns if Jalen didn't get hurt. Haven't seen a lot of Suns basketball, but what I have watched, it seemed like their defense is really on point. I saw Grayson go off the other day. This is a team where I picked the over during our Western Conference preview, because I do think they're going to be better than a lot of teams think, but I don't think they're going to. Again, I think they're like a playing team at best. I can't see them making.
Who did Grayson go off against?
Who was that against?
The Pelicans.
Yeah, I mean,
the Pelicans. Yeah, the team I was like, hey, them niggas gonna suck. Like the Clippers. I'm like, yeah, them boys they're not gonna look good, brother. It's going. That roster on paper looks good until you gotta play the game.
Kwab, is there a team you're very disappointed in? And chat, same thing. After 10 games, I think it's enough now. We've gotten enough games where we can make like judgments at first. Is there a team that you're just like, wow?
Grizzlies. Grizzlies. I think the Pelicans. I expected them to fold at some point. So yeah. It just came earlier than I thought it was gonna come. The Clippers. You know me and the Clippers.
That's my team, the Clippers, man.
The Grizzlies, with what's been going on, it's just been rough. Like it just looked rough. After every game, everybody's overanalyzing everything Josh doing now, offense and your rotations, the team. So it's been rough, but it's not like they're without talent. That's the part. Like that kind of stinks. Like that team has a lot of talent, and I don't think everybody's like, oh, they're gonna trade Ja. I don't think you're gonna trade Ja. I just don't see it happening. It's like one of those things because, again, from a business standpoint, like forget basketball. From a business standpoint, you starting over and losing a superstar like that, it's crazy. So yeah, but to me, it's been the Grizzlies.
Yeah, for me, it's the Clippers, man. Losing Norman Powell has been huge for them. Bradley Beal has either not played or has been bad. I mean, it just is what it is. John Collins, I think, has played well. He's come off the bench. But there just seems to be I'm going to steal this take from Jason Tipp. It's coming in my head because I was just watching a show earlier. But he said like there just seems to be no pop with the team. And I think that's the perfect way to describe it. There just seems to be no pop with the Clippers. Like there's just no oomph. There's no like nothing puts the fear of God into me when I watch the Clippers at all. I offensively in the half court, they look slow. They look old. They don't look like they can get anything going. Defensively, they don't look like they're the same as last year. Just, this was a team I was very high on coming to the year because of the way they finished last year. And I thought they could have taken out the Nuggets last year, and they didn't. But just really, really, really disappointed in the Clippers. Dash says for his teams are the Hawks for the third year in a row. Trade's been hurt, but yeah, to me, my problem with the Hawks was I didn't think they were deep to begin with. So I'm not too surprised, but they have been playing a little better. And I thought the Mavs would be a top 10 defense too. But, the Mavs are missing Kyrie. They're missing AD in half these games. They're hurt as well. So I could see that happening. So listen, we're going to end this right now. It's late. Chat, before we go, let us know when you want us to go live, right? Yeah. I think Kwab and I, we want to do more lives. We want to talk to you. These Dime After Darks will continue doing. It's just really late, and we want to get more people in the chat at a more
suitable time.
Yeah, suitable time for sure.
Yeah.
We do recaps. You do know that. We do power rankings. You do know that. But let us know a good time in the comment section or when you would want to see us go live. We also got hit up by Playback. They were interested in having us have our own room and watching some games. So that's something that we would love to do as well. If there's a game or a team that you want to watch, we can set that up as well. Let me know. Laurent says, I work overnight, so this time is perfect. Well, we'll continue doing Dime After Dark, so don't worry about that. But we want to do more live streams. We want to talk to you guys, actually have conversations with you. Yeah. That's pretty much what we do it for. We want to have these conversations. I kind of want to have like a voicemail segment or some type of way you guys can get up on here yourselves.
Yeah.
we'll work on it for sure.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
But definitely let us know if you're interested in the Playback. Let us know when you want other live shows to go on. I think maybe for the playoffs, we'll do like lives, especially the first round, because there's things going on every day in the first round. Maybe we'll turn that into lives or something like that. And maybe All-Star game or just certain events where we feel like we can get an audience and garner an audience there. So let us know in the comment section below. You can follow us over at the Dime NBA. We really appreciate you staying up late. We appreciate you chatting with us. It's always a good time with y'all. It's been really cool. Kwab, anything to say?
Go Nets.
All right, everybody. We'll see you for another episode of Dime After Dark next week. We'll be doing this next Tuesday. I think the late game is the Blazers. It's the Blazers Suns, I think it is. So Stay tuned for that. We'll see you then. All right. Peace.